afternoon. My name is Amanda and welcome to the Den Creative. Breaking news! Oh, and my phone is telling us too, but breaking news. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, maybe others that I'm not aware of yet, but this is a very new development. Breaking news are down. Those sites are down right now, and they have been down for over an hour at this point. I was just recently brought to the knowledge that these sites are down. My mom called me and was like, yeah, is Facebook down for you? Facebook's down for me. And I had just finished filming a Who Will You Marry pick a card reading and was like, well, let me look. And it was down. And my mom and I were talking, and then I intuitively, the past few weeks, I've been picking up that something really big was about to happen with like the media, maybe even possibly more specifically social media. And Joni Patry, who is a Vedic astrologer here on YouTube, was talking about this Mercury retrograde and how a lot of the lies the media has been telling, manipulations and everything, may be coming to light during or right after this Mercury retrograde. And of course, at the day of my filming this, the day things are happening, this is October 4th, this is a Monday. We are in the midst still of a Mercury retrograde vibe, and Wednesday is the new moon. Wednesday, October 6th. So we are coming up on a Libra new moon for Western astrology, Vedic new moon for Vedic astrology. And so I was on the phone with my mom, and intuitively we were both thinking, either this could go two ways. This could be that Facebook's, implementing more parameters to lock down and censor further, or maybe the opposite is true and we both got chills. So I pulled out my deck. This is just my personal deck. You never see me use this deck on my channel, but because it's down at the kitchen table where I sit and do like paperwork and answer emails and all of that, and just do my daily pick a card pull with this deck. This is my personal deck. So it's very attuned to my personal energy. But what I had asked, I had my deck all stacked together, and I had asked, what is going on? What is this Facebook outage bringing to us, the people, the patrons of Facebook? And maybe if I don't know, maybe I have said YouTube a few times. If I have, I apologize. I just have YouTube on the brain because that's where I'm at right now. For you guys is here on YouTube. But Facebook, that's who we're talking about. Can you feel my excitement? I'm so excited about this, because what this outage, this down Facebook, this down Instagram is doing is helping the people. It's bringing a new beginning where maybe, the Ace of Cups brings a new beginning after an illness, like you're coming up through an illness or a new beginning. This is new energy. This is good. This is good. So whatever this outage is providing, it's a good thing for the people. And then I asked, is this outage good for Facebook? Is Facebook the one implementing this outage? Is this their purposeful doing? We've got the 10 of Swords. No, this is against their knowledge or against their will, or not in their best interest, as in, the conglomerate of Facebook and the agendas at play with censorship. The main theme here is censorship. There's been so much censorship and locking down of what you can say, what you can think, what you can speak on that platform, and it's just getting tighter and tighter and locked more and more into a tiny little box of, if you do not fit with the narrative or the agendas at play, then you're not allowed to speak it. They will block you, they will shadow ban you, they will put you in Facebook jail. There's just a lot going on. This is not a good look for Facebook today. On the bottom of the deck, as I'm like, okay, so what does this mean ultimately for the greater good, was kind of my thoughts on it. And I turned the deck over and we had the 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So ultimately this is bringing a new security, not so much to Facebook, but to the users of Facebook. This is bringing stability. This is bringing a new foundation, or a solid foundation where people can feel the right. With this card, this is free energy, free flowing vibes and energy. This is not censorship. This is not agendas. This is not people feeling stifled or stuck. That would be more of a Eight of Swords energy. We did not pull an Eight of Swords energy here. No, folks, we did not. We've got some good stuff as a result of whatever's going on. It's still very early to tell, and this is just my take on the energies. Maybe the exact instances going on with this outage are not exactly as I'm laying out here, but the underlying energy is. So pay attention more to the energy rather than the actual events, and that's what's going on. So I wanted to pull some more cards. I'm like, what does this mean? What does this mean? So I pulled the 5 of Wands, I pulled the Ten of Wands, and I pulled the Knight of Swords. I can move this. Knight of Swords. So things are happening very quickly with whatever this is. This outage is in conflict to what our best interests are and what Facebook's best interests are. But mostly, I'm seeing this as what Spirit showed me when I was pulling these cards was like a Robin Hood energy, like stealing from the rich to give to the poor, or, checking these, more conglomerate people to give back to the people that deserve something, whatever that may be. And this is a long time coming. This has been leading up and building up and building up, and something had to give, and this is the thing that's giving. We've got this Knight of Swords rushing in to cut through the BS, to, make these systems go dark, at least for the next few hours, maybe minutes, hours, days. We don't know yet. And in the awakening community, everybody's always talking about these 3 days of darkness with the ascension process from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness. And I myself have speculated that these 3 days of darkness would not be with the literal sun, like the sun doesn't come up for 3 days. No, I have speculated that this would be an internet outage of about 3 days, and many others have speculated the same, but again, speculation. This is all for entertainment purposes only. We'll draw some more cards too, but I had a couple other cards, and I said, well, what is this ultimately leading to for the greater good, or the collective of human souls here? And we had the Lover's card. So this fast-moving energy of bringing these sites down, the conflict, the resistance that's been going on between those wanting to speak their truth and those being not able to speak truth, the censorship, the wrong think, all of these 1984 things going on, major conspiracy vibes. I'm pretty sure this video itself might get flagged because I'm throwing around a lot of terms I probably shouldn't be talking about on any platform these days. But something was bound to give very soon, and it's coming in during Mercury retrograde. Maybe this reading will not stay up because Mercury retrograde, censorship over here on YouTube. I don't know, but it's here for now. If you're hearing my words right now, here it is. I'm just presenting what I have. This may come down later. Either I will delete it or maybe YouTube will delete it. I don't know, but there is a choice to be made here. The Lover's card. I'm seeing a balance of divine masculine and divine feminine, and this mountain to me is leaning more toward divine feminine, where we have been living in a system of patriarchal society. We're leaning more toward more feminine ways, receptive energy, not so much chaos, conflict, and censorship and trying to one-up everybody, but like coming together and communing together. And that's another vibe with this Ten of Pentacles, is families gathering, coming together, creating a legacy. This is a legacy card as well. But then I said, what does this, again, I'm just like, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? And what do I get? I get the Six of Swords, which is my internet card. Those of you who follow me or have been here a while, you know the Six of Swords to me indicates the internet, social media. I said internet really funny, but I'm like trying to stumble all my words out. The internet, social media, social media most specifically, different apps. This is what this represents, but this is healing of social media, healing of censorship, or not being able to speak truth, not being able to say what we actually want for fear of persecution or judgment from others, or, being in Facebook jail or whatever it is. But out with the internet card came the moon. Illusions are being lifted. We're seeing through the truth of things. We're seeing through the corruption, the censorship, all the bad things, all the conspiracy words are coming in right now. We're seeing to the truth of this. What other questions do I want to ask? Oh my gosh, this is such new energy. This is such an impromptu thing. I don't normally do these kinds of things on my channel. A couple of times I did. One was a coronavirus reading, which is still available in my tarot card reading playlist. The other was a 5G reading, which I think is still available in the playlist. It's just unlisted. It was more of a spiritual take on it. So I want to get the spiritual vibe of what does this outage mean for the collective? What, in a more spiritual sense? Ooh, something's coming in. Yes, there's that stability. We are taking things back into our own hands. The Queen and King of Pentacles, they're like the entrepreneurs. They're the ones, they're not afraid to roll up their sleeves and do the work and put in the effort and then reap the rewards from all of that hard work. So those of you who've been, I don't like to use this term very much, but like my social justice warriors, or people who are standing up for truth, people who are standing up for freedom of speech and, not censoring everything. Or maybe you are being censored. You're getting your power back. You're getting your sovereignty back. Those clipped wings you had, no, they are repairing. You're getting a voice back where you didn't have a voice before. Let's get some more spiritual reasons behind this outage. Anything Spirit also wants to illuminate about, who may be behind this. Let's ask that first. Who is behind this outage? What's going on with this outage? Who has orchestrated this? Is this divinely planned and inspired? Yes, that divine feminine. So even though, it's not good to, cyber attack anybody, with the moon and the mother, this is divine feminine energy with that Lovers, that mountain leaning more toward mother, or the divine feminine. And then the Queen of Pentacles. This is being able to manifest what it is you desire. No one's standing in her way. The Magician and the Empress are master manifestors. They are masters at creating the reality they want. This one wants to come out. I didn't quite ask a question, but maybe this is just illuminating things further. Yes, there's been a lot of finger pointing. He said, she said, I'm not allowed to speak my truth. Well, you're not allowed to speak your truth because you're spreading false information, fact checking, on and on and on and on. And really a Five of Swords energy is usually there are no winners. There are no winners, or if you win, it comes at a cost. So what is this trying to show us? Who are these cyber attackers? They're not doing it for their own gain. They're not doing it for their own financial gain. This is for, those who have lost their voices, because to me a voice is an Ace of Swords energy. Those who have lost their voice, these cyber attackers are trying to give back a voice for the voiceless by giving you back your power. So I'm maybe seeing this as these servers being taken down. My husband himself, he was a network engineer and now he's a network architect. So he understands all of these terms. I went on Twitter. Let me grab my laptop real quick. Here we go. This is so last minute impromptu. We're just bringing it up. Let's just set this here. Someone on Twitter had mentioned, okay, where are we, Amanda? A bunch of Facebook networks have just disappeared from the internet. And then it says, this is the facebook.com authoritative setup, and it's got a bunch of code, which I'm not a coding person, but it says 2 DNS have disappeared from the global internet routing table. The other 2 are otherwise unreachable. So 2 of Facebook's DNS have completely disappeared off the internet. They have gone dark. The other 2 are otherwise unreachable at this point. And I just texted my husband. I'm like, what does this mean? You're the network architect / engineer. You know what this means. And he's basically saying, servers and all of this are hosted in multiple different places with multiple providers. And I said, so the fact that the whole thing went dark, is that possible? And he said it's very unlikely that this is just an internal, let's just make some changes and bring it back up, because that wouldn't take this long. But he said it's very unlikely that this is just some accident. This is very intentional, because especially if the information is spread through multiple providers and multiple locations and multiple places, which imagine the amount of data that Facebook's got on different servers. He said it's highly, highly unlikely that this is accidental in any way. So that's just a little bit of what we know so far. Maybe by the time that this is up and running, because I'm gonna have to put this on my computer, put it through my editing software just to convert the file to the right file, and then upload it over on YouTube. So it might be a few hours after this outage. This may be back up and running before this even hits YouTube. I don't know. But I asked kind of the timing of this, and we got the 6 of Swords. So I think it'll be up sooner than later. But really in spirit terms, what does soon even mean? Because soon to spirit can be 4 years from now or 100 years from now, because it's but a blink of an eye. Let's just see in human terms, in calendar days, in minutes on a clock, how long is this outage going to last? And of course, swords are the quickest, so it'll be up soon. And then pentacles would be our longest. It would take a long time. Well, we've got wands, which is the second quickest. And there's a good outcome here. There's a celebration for the people as a result of this outage. So maybe you're seeing you can speak your truth without being censored when this comes back online. That's what this feels like to me. Maybe some algorithms or something to do with the way that when you post something on YouTube and how it gets out to the people that you want to see it, maybe it's being suppressed, but this to me feels like an uplifting of the suppression. They're telling me back of the deck energy too. God. King and Queen of Pentacles, and then we have the Lovers underneath all this. So it's the union of masculine and feminine, or more likely the balancing out, but of course leaning more toward the feminine to balance out all this patriarchal power that's been at play for the longest time. But let's just get some more information on this outage. So it could be days. I mean, to me, swords are like minutes to hours long, and wands are hours to days long, cups are days to weeks long, and pentacles are weeks to years long. Weeks to months to years long. I don't know. Timing. I mean, Facebook's never been down for days or years or months since it's existed. So I'm pretty sure the timing is going to be skewed more toward minutes, weeks, more toward minutes, days, or minutes, hours, days, weeks, rather than months, years, decades. I'm sorry, guys. I'm in like such a high vibe right now. I don't know why. Maybe because I feel like justice is being served right now. Is justice being served, Spirit? Is justice being served? Are there some rights that are being, or wrongs that are being righted right now? Let's word this correctly. Is justice being served with this outage? Are some wrongs being righted with this outage? Anything else Spirit can tell us about this outage and what this means? Okay, yeah, maybe we won't see all these results right away, but over time, because, putting in the effort, putting in the work, collaborating even with other people. So it might take a series of outages. This was planned. This was pre-planned. This has been maybe planned for a while. It's been in the works for a while. And it was just today action was taken. How are we looking up there? Okay, I can move that down a little. Okay, let's get one more to balance this out. Are there future plans after this outage for further investment, further security and stability for the people, further help where the censorship problems are concerned? Anything else Spirit wants us to know about this? But this is no accident. This is no, oh no, we're down and we don't know why. No, this was premeditated. This was planned. And Queen of Wands, there's more divine feminine energy coming in under the patriarchal energy here. This was intentional. This was inspired by the divine feminine, or the rise of the divine feminine. Back of the deck energy, illusions being illuminated, truths being revealed, especially with the High Priestess and the Moon. Things are happening quickly. We will, even though we're still seeing the fruits of this labor pay off, I think we're going to see some stuff right away that's really exciting to us. And a celebration. Again, with the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups coming in, this is a celebration for the people. So let's do this. How do we do this? Okay. So let's get one more cup for the people, one more cup for the corporation of YouTube. Did I say one more cup? One more card. Oh my goodness, you guys. Mercury retrograde, what? So one more card. What does this mean for the people? One more card. What does this mean for Facebook Corporation? Okay, so what does this mean for the people? Please, Spirit, anything you have to offer us to wrap this reading up in a pretty bow. What does this mean for the people? Please, Spirit. This one right here. We're seeing things a new way. Where we felt stuck before, I want to get a clarifier on this Hangman. Are things moving forward? Because it looks like it's moving forward, but now you're giving us a card that seems a little stuck. Maybe this is just helping us see in a new light. A clarifier on Hangman, please. Here it is. Yeah, we're going to continue to put in the work and effort, and those maybe who did this are going to put in more work and effort. This is just the beginning, is what I'm hearing. Just the beginning of the takedown of the 1984 agendas and the surveillance and the censorship. Okay, let's get a card. What does this mean for Facebook? The corporation of Facebook. What does this mean for them? Okay, well, I don't think they're losing any money on this, but let's just get one more card. What does this mean as far as their control? What does this mean for their control? Yeah, they're losing control. They're very apathetic. they're still gaining a lot of money because they still have users, but they don't have the level of control they thought they had or they used to have. Why is that over there? I want to put it, yeah, maybe over there. Right here. That's what I meant. Right here. Trying to keep things asymmetrical. Or symmetrical, not asymmetrical. Okay. And just one more card to sum this whole thing up. Anything else? Oh, it fell right out. The Emperor. Look at that. And this to me doesn't feel like those in control gaining more control. No. This feels like those who've been in control, their reign is over, and there's a new king, a new queen, a new divine feminine, a new empress, a new emperor. Emperor and empress. We also had the kings and queens. I mean, there's a balancing out of divine masculine, divine feminine. Being able to, I mean, because the emperor can speak whatever they want, however they want. Of course, they're probably doing it in a respectful way. There's no hate speech going on here. This is just bringing down the walls that you can have more of your own voice, be heard, and you know, be able to speak your own voice, speak your own truth. So this is good. Is there any other questions we want to ask? Just anything that we didn't touch on, Spirit, that you want to illuminate. Just one card, please. Anything else that you want to illuminate for us for this reading that we didn't touch on? Anything else you want to illuminate, please? This deck's getting a little thin because we've used so many cards. Anything else Spirit wants to illuminate? Yeah, the King of Cups. So yeah, this is just, you know, lower octave of the Emperor again. So coming out on top, feeling like king of the world. I'm seeing, what's his name? Jack Dawson on Titanic. I'm king of the world. Of course, things didn't really end that well for Jack Dawson in that movie, but in the moment, he felt like king of the world. So this might even come with, you know, with this card here that we had, this might even come with tighter parameters coming up for a while, because remember, we're just at the beginning. This is just the beginning of something new. We're going to continue to put in that effort and hard work and see this, you know, result pay off, but there will still be little hints with that Eight of Wands, little hints of us being able to speak. But this is a process. This is not an overnight thing, even though, you know, it's down right now, obviously, but we're going to see the consequences and rewards of this outage play out over the next 3 months is what Spirit's showing me now. 3 months from now. And then back of the deck, we've got the Star to just finish it up. And a good surprise with that Page of Cups. So we're not going to go any deeper than that. I think we've really went deep enough. What do you guys think? Do you want to talk about this in the comments? I will be around to take some comments and just see what you guys want to say about this. This was very, very unplanned, very last minute. It was even my mom, was like, you need to put this reading up on YouTube and let people know that this is actually a good thing. This is good for the people. Not so good for Facebook over here, but good for the people. This is good news. It's not hurting their bottom line so much either. It's just removing the censorship that they put in place. So this is not an attack to take money. This is not a selfish, like, gain of finances for the people who are doing this attack. This is a gain of our voices back. Where, you know, our voices have been taken and now we're bringing our voices as that Ace of Swords over and over. All these people coming back saying, no, I deserve to stake my claim on Facebook. You use all of these terms of agreement and my information and sell. I'm the commodity here. I'm the customer here. The customer's always right. So let me speak my truth. So maybe you totally agreed with this. Maybe you didn't at all. Maybe that you didn't even think of Facebook this way. I don't know. Let me know all the things below. Again, this may be demonetized or heavily censored or shadow banned or deleted. I don't know. I don't know how this is playing out. I just wanted to get this out because at the time of my filming this, Facebook is still down and it is currently around noon, somewhere between 12 and 12:30 my time, Mountain Time, when I am finishing up this filming. So Facebook's been down a while. And not just Facebook itself, but Instagram and WhatsApp, all the other, but like Facebook is like, Spirit's showing me Facebook was the main target of this attack, and the others that went down as a result, kind of collateral damage and maybe silver lining with that, but Facebook was the main target. The big daddy is what I'm seeing and hearing. So I hope you let me know below what you thought. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you right here back at The Done Creative. Also over on my live stream channel, The Done Creative Live, where I go live doing readings over there a few times a week. And also my Patreon. Lots of exclusive. We do this kind of thing over on Patreon all the time now. Lots of hidden knowledge, information, current events, conspiracy theories, unsolved mysteries. We dive into these on live streams all the time over on Patreon, my top tier. Check it out. Links for everything are in the description below. All right, bye.